You're doing something right.
Okay.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Carol. Hi, Jim.
Hello, Gert.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Yes, good to be here. And there it comes. Okay. Hi, JoAnn.
Hi.
There's
And
Jim.
Jim.
Hey, Jim.
Come sit down,
Punctual
Maria.
people.
Okay, if you're
You can sit
sure,
right here.
if you're sure.
Yeah.
Well, we've finally gotten to where we're having gorgeous weather, and I'm loving it.
Well, good for
Good.
you.
Great.
We are too. The week ahead looks really beautiful.
Been kind of a crazy May, huh?
And April. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everything up here is at least a week behind a normal year.
Yeah.
Well, we're not as hot as we usually are, so I'm okay with that. We're
Well, Nate
supposed to be
said-
getting rain like every day for 3 or 4 days, which is quite unusual for us.
Wow.
So far, we've only gotten like 10 drops on this day and 14 drops on this day, but
Your forecast must be related to our forecaster.
Yeah.
He'll say, be prepared, and hardly anything gets damp. We're so behind.
You want it the side eye? I can turn it down. You're gonna do whatever you're gonna do. So. You can't just do it with one hand.
that's a good view.
Yep. Where do you want me to go? It's right behind you, Gene. Just sit right straight back down. And you're perfect. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Gene. Hi,
Hi,
Jim.
Jean.
Hi, Diane. I saw
Hi.
your hand, so I know you're there.
I'm coming.
Diane's helpful hand.
Yep, I'm here.
There she is. Hi, Diane.
Hi. Jim, I think you're right. Jean is perfect.
You're perfect.
Perfect.
Everything.
Everything. Yeah.
No one's ever told me that.
Gene, you're the perfect Gene.
Yep.
So,
But we're
so
telling
did
you now.
everybody have a nice Mother's Day?
Yes, very nice.
You're not in the picture, Maria.
What?
Not in the picture. You need to get closer to me.
Okay.
I know that's risky.
Can you
sometimes.
deal with that, Marita?
Hi, Marita.
Hi,
Hi.
Hi, Maria.
I got pulled in.
Great.
Good. Good.
Drafted.
See,
Sorry.
there's Jeannie.
Yeah. Oh, good.
So how are you feeling, Marita? You over your fall and whatever the consequences?
I think so.
Good.
Yeah, thank you for asking.
I got wonderful friends here.
You do.
Yeah, they're very nice, very good to me.
Good. That's
I think
great.
it's probably payback time, Jean.
Yeah, we got a lot of paybacking to do.
Yeah.
Decades worth.
Okay, I'll keep my mouth shut.
No, don't. We want you to talk to us. We want you to share your pearls of wisdom.
Oh boy,
That's what Laurie would say, wouldn't he?
was he?
Yeah.
Where did you see him?
Well, it's been a while, but he used to have good quippy sayings that I remember.
Yeah, I've been sending for seeing him
Yeah.
for about a year, I think.
Yeah. But
Between
it's
those.
finally, yep, it's finally spring in Minnesota. No snow for quite a number of days now.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah, except, when it got warm, then it got really warm. My tulips, which are, spring is the highlight of my front yard garden, and it went too fast. It was
Oh.
too fast because it didn't get warm, and then it got warm and like, hi tulips, bye tulips.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember springs like that, Carol.
But her redbud tree is blooming very nicely.
Good.
Nice.
But the leaves are coming out, so that means the flowers are gonna be going.
Yeah.
And I was disappointed this year, my mulberry tree, I don't think it's gonna make it. I planted it
Oh,
2 years
really?
What is,
Planted it 2
what,
years ago, it died off to the ground, and it's all fresh growth last year, that's about 7 foot tall. And now it's all dead, trying to grow from the ground again, so I'm not gonna win that battle, I don't think.
Huh.
what kind of a tree was that, Jim?
It's a mulberry tree.
Oh,
We're supposedly far enough south where it'll work, and we weren't really cold last winter, but I just can't get them to take off. I want a mulberry bush. I had it in my childhood.
Yeah, I didn't think
We-
anything could kill mulberry.
We have mulberry trees around the Twin Cities here, Jim, and they seem to do fine.
Oh, maybe it's my green thumb or lack of green thumb, but I'll try
Or,
again maybe.
or the specific variety, because, you know, even though you have a tree, there's some that will work
Yeah.
in certain
Well,
planting
I got it
zones.
from a place, I got it 2 years ago from a place in South Carolina. They're the ones that had one, and it was supposed to be good for this zone. And I got a black one. And then right after I got it, Diane said something about the red ones are more hardy. So I don't know. I thought you did.
Yeah, I'd go for a Minnesota nursery.
Okay. If they're not all sold out, but yeah, I'll check again.
Yeah,
Seems like too, if you can get it through the first year or two, then they're fine, but it's, you know,
Okay. Well, I was encouraged because sometimes we'll be 30 below zero in the winter. And what did we get? Did we break 20 this year, Jim? It was definitely warmer, I think.
Yeah, I don't know that we broke 20 below
Yeah.
at all. But you know, I know of several places where there are trees, mulberry trees that have been, they're big enough, they've been around 15, 20 years, so.
Okay. Is
yeah.
it maybe because you're in the warm metro area and we're out here in the cold fridges? I don't know.
It's probably not that much different.
Yeah.
A few degrees is all.
Yeah. Plus, where was it? We were camping and they had mulberry trees.
Oh, okay.
Where were we? We
Well,
made
yeah, it was even up north, it was probably up around Brainerd area.
we
Okay.
had
Well, that gives me
mulberry
some hope.
pancakes when we were camping.
Oh, wow. Well, I'll try again. Try again.
Try
Yeah.
a northern nursery.
Yeah. All right. I think that's the good advice. Good advice.
I was real excited with the redbud tree when I found out that there was a northern variety, because that's the main thing I remember spring at Iowa State. All the redbud trees on campus were amazing. So I'm excited to have my own.
Yeah.
so what's new with anybody?
Carol and I joined a bicycling group. We go out once a week, usually ride about 20 to 25 miles. So we're enjoying
Wow.
that a lot.
Does it
Nice.
have the word? Does it have the word angels in the biking club?
No, but they're very nice people.
Good.
It's you know, for over 55, but I would say the average age is probably at least in the mid 60s. There's a number of people that are over 80, so
Wow.
they're
Wow.
hardcore bikers.
Yeah.
Do they allow
say that
electrics?
Average speed is 12 miles an hour. I told Jim that's what they go up hills.
Yeah. How
He
prevalent
doesn't
are the
agree with
electric
me, but
bikes?
I'm watching my speedometer and it's like, yeah, they're trucking up the hill at 12 miles an hour. And the lady that led the other week, she's 81, very petite, and has a regular bike.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many are electric bikes? Very many?
When we went out on Monday, there were, I think, about 35 of us, and there were maybe 7 electric bikes.
Wow.
Good exercise.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, people think, oh, I'm cruising along with my electric bike and not working. I'm working.
Yeah.
It just evens out the hills. So if I wanted to, I could go, 20 miles an hour up the hill, but I don't do that.
Joe and his family said they're signed up again for that Hiawatha Trail. This would be the third
Well, here it
summer in a
is.
row now that they've done that.
Yeah,
Who is?
Joe and his family.
Oh,
It's called the
the
Hiawatha
Sooners?
Trail. It's in Montana and Utah. I think it goes back and forth between the states. I think it's an
Huh.
old train
Mhm.
right of way.
Is that the one that goes through a bunch of tunnels on the mountains and has some
Yes, yes.
spectacular bridges it goes over and stuff?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I've seen the photos of that. I'd love to do that sometime. It looks gorgeous.
They enjoy it. The first time they did it, the boys were a little young for it, but they made it. And now, like I said, this will be the third year, so both of the kids should be able to do it. But I believe it's all downhill, which is a plus. I mean, you can
Well, unless
choose
you
to
go round trip,
You
know,
can
what
go
goes
round
down
trip,
must come
yes.
back up.
Right, but with the ages of the little ones, and that wasn't a possibility. But I mean, the photos look fabulous on that.
Yeah.
They keep adding more and more people to their group. So
What was the name of the trail?
Hiawatha,
Hiawatha.
That's what threw me. It's like, why? That sounds like Minnesota.
yeah, I think I
Yeah.
have that right, but
That sounds right because I remember seeing that online one time. Yeah, maybe we'll have to throw our bikes on the back of the car and go out there and do that one.
I'm sure they'd love to have you come.
Justin's still doing all of his crazy rides. When they were here Mother's Day, they left early because he was so tired. He'd been on an overnight bike ride in the rain. They were supposed to go to Hutchinson and back.
Yeah.
But I don't think he made it that far.
No.
He had a flat and decided, that's it.
Hard.
He said he didn't think anybody finished. It was cold in the rain.
How was he coming to Hutchinson? Loose line or Dakota?
Loose line, yeah.
But every weekend, just about, they have something planned with different people that they are out biking and camping.
Would anyone have any idea about how I might ship a recumbent bike to our son in Iowa? You know, Jim had one of those cat trikes, the 3-wheeled recumbent bikes. And Jim's our son Jim said he thought he might use it. It's very lightweight, but I don't know if a bike shop could help me with that or not.
They should be able to. They would probably disassemble it partially
Right.
and put it in a box.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I would talk to whoever you bought it through and see if they'll ship it for you.
Yeah, if Sally was on our Zoom call, I would ask her because I know she said that that's a brand that they carry. But it's surprisingly light. You know, when I move it in the garage, it's quite light. But so I don't think that part of it would be too costly to ship. But it's just taking it apart and whatever. But anyway,
Right.
Jim thought he might, you know, if not immediately, a little ways down the road, use it. It's a very nice piece of machinery.
Just tell him to fly out and he can ride it back.
Oh, yeah.
You can what?
ride it back
Oh,
to Iowa.
He's good. I don't know if he's that good.
It'd be a trip.
Well, I'll have to check in. I'll have to check
should
into it.
tell them why I did this.
UPS might give you some hints.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Why did I
I
say?
don't know what they take. Maybe don't have to take it apart. I don't know. Surprising what goes through sometimes.
Yeah, or I was
I would-
thinking maybe like a moving company or something, because anything large that I've shipped to UPS is just so expensive.
Sure, a
Yeah.
lot of times the moving companies go from, you know, one state to another, and if they have room on a truck, they'll throw something
Right.
on and
Right.
deliver it. So that'd be another option.
Uh-huh.
That's a good idea.
Good luck on that.
Thank you. Get it out of my garage.
Yeah, yeah.
Get someone using it. I could ride it, I suppose, but I don't know that that's my thing.
So
Mike,
if we
you're
have
fine.
a lull in the conversation, maybe we should talk about our sibling reunion.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I had thought we'd be constrained about dates because we were planning on going to Germany the end of September. But now we're thinking we'll go for Christmas instead, so that kind of opens up the fall. I don't know what other people have, and then we should talk about any restrictions as far as accessibility for, you know, if we need a bedroom on the main level or not. That's probably the main thing. A lot of them have accessible entrance to the house, but finding one with a bedroom on the main level is a little more difficult.
Gert, and if you have any suggestions on location, that would be helpful too. Probably something in your part of town.
Yeah. Well, anything west of 72nd Street, probably.
Okay.
And there's, I don't know, because we don't drive all around Omaha. Like the Northwest, there's nice places too, even towards Blair, unless you want to especially do things right in the heart of Omaha.
I think we're planning on doing a whole lot of stuff. I think we're just gonna
Yeah.
get together and visit more this time.
Yeah, right. I think having it accessible to the people who would just come for
Yeah.
the day is a big thing for us.
I noticed when I was looking for them that between north of Omaha, between Omaha and Blair, there were lots that were kind of country homes. But that wasn't very close to me. So, but nobody will be close now, so.
Oh, yeah, you live somewhere else now. And you would stay home, Gert, and just come for the day, or?
Yeah. We wouldn't need the bedroom, yeah,
Okay.
unless you
How
have
many
it like,
days-
pardon?
Unless what?
Unless
How
you
many
have it
days do you
like,
think?
like at Akron, like when Dorothy had that up at Akron, that was kind of nice,
That was.
but maybe it was harder to get to.
How many days were you thinking?
4, probably 5, 4. 5.
4 probably, 4 nights.
Make it worth coming for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we're kind of looking like maybe right after Labor Day weekend. So the weather's still pretty nice, but we're not running into any, Labor Day.
Yeah, September.
Uh-huh.
I suppose if it meant for Ronnie to come or not come, we could do it in Sioux City. Because John and I could drive up and back.
I think if we swing by and pick up Ron,
Okay,
we should, check on that. He'll say yes, I'm sure, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure. But so far, what I've heard, I don't think it would be
okay,
anything that would be too difficult for him.
good.
Jean, are you able to do stairs okay? I know you do some stairs at Jim and Diane's.
Some kind of,
Yeah. Stairs, yeah, she does.
she does them okay, yep.
Yep, we've got those 7 flights down to her level, and so she gets that a few times a
You can go
day,
up
so.
downstairs.
Yeah.
All day long,
Yeah.
all night long.
Thankful it's not the full 14 stairs though, but
Well,
That's good.
Most
good.
houses wouldn't have the
You can
split
do your own
staircase,
life.
it'd be a straight run, but if somebody
True.
went up and down with her, it'd probably be fine.
John
yeah.
had trouble
that's
with a
for-
lot of steps, but
You didn't.
you won't have to worry about bedrooms. So.
Yeah, and we'll try and find something that
You want me to? go
doesn't
there?
have
Yeah,
maybe more than one step into the house.
Okay, because
I think
And
that's
again, that's,
don't want it to be. weird.
2 or
that's for
3 or
40.
4.
it's not.
Okay. Good.
Okay,
Some houses you have to go up from the driveway up 5, 6, 7 steps, and then you get in, you have another 5, 6, 7 steps.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, we were thinking the entrance to the house will probably be important, almost more important than where the bedrooms are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you're thinking between Omaha and Blair might work, Gert?
well, it
If we're
could.
not really planning on doing a lot of sightseeing, more or less just hang out and visit?
Any of the outskirts even. Just depends what a person finds when they start looking.
Yeah,
it's just
that'll-
hard. It's hard for me because I don't really know Omaha too
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. To me, I'm wondering, are there any areas that we should avoid that are dangerous?
That's a good question.
Close to downtown on the north side is
Okay.
not good.
Are you writing notes, JoAnn?
Pardon?
Are you writing notes, it looks like?
I am.
The memory.
But I'm not sure I have it all. I did make a note of between Omaha and Blair. Let's see if what else I have. Close to downtown is not good.
And you said what, north?
Say something, yeah. about-
30?
Yeah,
And then
What
you
was the
said
bad
something
area?
about west of 27th, was that right?
72nd.
Conversation.
72nd. Oh, I just
Yeah.
inverted
About
them.
the sibling reunion in Omaha.
you'd have more modern
Mhm.
homes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Closer to the downtown would be the older homes, and they're usually all the upstairs bedrooms and stuff.
So where was the house that you got for us when we were in Omaha? Because that was really nice.
Yeah, it was like 160th and Q Street. Q is the southern half of Omaha. Dodge is the center.
Okay.
It's be considered southwest Omaha.
Okay.
You don't want to have it in the barn?
Maybe not. September shouldn't be too bad, but
No.
We'd be dealing with being a little chilly rather than too hot.
and I don't know if we want to work that hard to prepare our food. I don't know.
Why
Well,
would-
we wouldn't be feeding as many.
That's true.
But I was just too with you.
Yeah, the closer you get to facilities for food,
Good to me.
for catering or something, maybe up towards Blair and out in the country is not so smart.
I
But
wanna-
Omaha now goes west almost to Lincoln, it seems, but there's
Wow.
big grocery stores and everything that would cater. And
Yeah. And, some meals we can do that will be easy, we can
Just when they
grill some salmon and
Right.
do things like
Maybe,
that.
yeah.
Have some meals rather than everything, because those meals you get catered in aren't that healthy usually.
No. You don't know what you get till you get it.
That's for sure. It's like, oh, they thought it tastes better putting extra salt or sugar in.
And it does taste better. It's just not so good for you.
Yeah,
Um,
but there's other things you can do to make it taste better.
we talked a little too about, because there are quite a few people around Omaha. What you did was nice, getting everyone together with that grocery
Ivy,
store.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if we want to work that hard.
Well, what I was thinking is maybe we could just send out a general invitation saying, hey, we're gonna be here these days. And we'd love to see any of you that can come anytime, that you're available. Just let us know, especially if you're gonna, if we can feed you a meal. Just send an open invitation. So, not everybody could come on a certain day or a certain time, but if they can come, when they have time to come.
Yeah, especially if we're not out doing a lot of sightseeing and are around the house most of the time. Then we'd be there and people could just kind of trickle in and out whenever it works for them.
And
I
we
like
can
that
get
idea.
visiting done.
We could suggest some times and days too, so that people could see each other too, but
That's
not
true.
not
Yeah.
a specific, yeah.
Yeah,
The-
well,
The
and
one we
plus,
had, the one we had the other time wouldn't let us have parties.
right, and that's
Kept
what
the
I was thinking is,
number of
if we just have a couple people stop
Yeah.
by, that's not a party.
Yeah. Right.
What's the definition of a party?
Yeah,
Good
we've,
question.
I don't
we've
know,
run in,
would it be possible for the Schuetzes to get together without eating? You
no,
know, we just met someplace for visiting would be a lot easier than trying to prep food and everything.
Should I say?
Sure, jump in.
I don't know. I ended up coming in with Mike this evening because you were all there and I wanted to, it was nice to see you.
We were out at the lake this afternoon. I met a handyman who's fixing up a few items in the house before I sell it. And Sherry joined us and she sat on the front deck and watched the birds. She said she saw indigo bunting and a dick thistle.
Yeah,
Wow.
Wow.
yeah, those were nice.
Never heard of a dick thistle.
Oh, it's a fun thing to say, you know? Dick thistle. I think, anyway.
The
So,
dick thistle and the titmouse.
Nick got his PhD, huh?
Yes, he did.
Oh, yeah.
That's
oh,
fantastic.
congratulations to him. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that was great.
He had his hooding ceremony last Friday and graduation was Sunday.
Yeah, Justin must have gotten a picture off Facebook or something. He said, look at the skinny Justin, because it really did look a lot like a skinny Justin.
Oh, yeah.
They might be related.
Well, I'm glad that whoever brought it up, I'm glad you mentioned that. I would like to congratulate Nick, so I will send him some
Yeah.
congratulations. That's great.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, that's great.
8 years, he said.
Wow.
Yeah,
And then, I was thinking about it. He's worked hard doing this, but the career he's chosen is not easy either.
Right.
and what is it ultimately?
Social work.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
But one where he can do a lot of good. So that's
Oh,
worth,
absolutely. But
that's worth
I
a
think
lot.
about it, it's like, where do you draw the line and say, I'm done with this? And, because you want to help everybody as much as you can.
Yeah. Well, his job right now is with Children's Mercy Hospital, and he's doing research on the connection between mental health and physical health.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I noticed there was a little ad in the paper. The University of Arizona quite often does this. If they want study participants, they'll just put an ad in the paper, saying what their study is and that you should call if you're in, if you'd like to participate. And this was older people, but the same idea, what effect physical exercise has on mental,
Oh, yeah.
keeping your brain cells active. So I think it sounds like a field that, people are studying right now. And this was more for, like I said, older adults, whereas it sounds like what you were talking about was more for children, but same kind of
Yeah,
theme.
he does some work with children,
Mhm,
but a lot of it is for adults as well.
mhm.
yeah.
So anyone heard anything from Ron? I got a really nice picture. Judy or Janet had called me about, I guess they needed Sally's address. And so I sent it to them because they wanted to visit Ron. And when they did, they sent me a really nice picture of the three of them and they all just look so good. And I wanted to share it, but I got it on my phone, like a text, and I'm not sure how to pass on a text like it can pass on an email. So I wasn't able to share it with anyone. But anyway, they all three of them just look so good. It was really a nice photo.
Can you download it to your phone?
Well, it's on my phone.
It should, if you look at the directory of all your photos, there should be a section that has photos from your text messages.
Oh, really?
and you may be able to find it in there.
Okay.
Or I think I've got the same photo that Sally either put it on that
Grandpap.
GrandPad
Oh,
thing.
okay.
And
saw
I could send it out too.
Okay, it sounds like people have seen it, but didn't they all look good? Ron looked good
Yeah.
Oh,
and the
yes.
cousins look good. I was just really glad to see it.
We don't
I
have-
felt a little bit bad that they got to see Ronnie before I made it up there,
Yeah. Well, they're a bit closer
and they're good.
Where did they live?
up around Normson.
Yeah, if you're in a Sharon mood in that photo, Jim, we'd like to see it.
Sure, I can pull it up and send it out to the group. In case you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen a picture of Ron since he stayed with us, so I don't know what he looks like. Maybe he's got a beard and tattoos now. I don't know.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Well, he did used to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah. Harley even, yeah.
A Harley, that's true.
Well, he didn't look like he has gained any weight, put it that way.
That's true too.
He was just the most gracious guest when he was here, though. He's just so polite. We just enjoyed every day of him.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's an
So did
equally gracious host.
He's
Yes.
a sweet man is what he is.
Mhm.
Yes.
I'm just so glad he was able to come through this last fall because I was a little worried, you know. It's,
Yeah.
So were we.
Which one?
Yeah.
Ron.
Ron. Okay, that's what I thought. Great.
And I'm sure it helped to have his 4 daughters there too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it sounds like things are getting back a little more to normal for Sally and Billy. Sounds like they're,
Almost
Yeah,
ready to.
I think they've moved back into the house now.
I think she said anyway, that was, you know, that's what she was going to be working on next. So
Yeah.
that's good. That's great.
Been a year. I can't remember what month it came through, but it's been a
October
long-
thing.
I don't think it's
Okay.
quite a year, but
Yeah. I thought it was
A
early
while.
October. Yes, the hurricane. Yeah, the hurricane in September. End of September. Okay, I stand corrected, I think.
yeah, long time to be
Long
with.
time.
Yep. Sally's so good about sending pictures on the GrandPad about things she finds and how
Wonderful.
things are coming.
GrandPad. It's like an iPad for grandparents.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Silly girl.
I saw something in the news or on my phone about that, you know, they're working at doing more permanent things to the causeway. And so they've got different times where it's one-way traffic on the causeway. That has to be a mess.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. The points that failed was not the elevated concrete structure. It was like the ground level things. So that washed out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it was that part of that very first span from the mainland that was completely
Yeah.
opened. So I think there was some that was the elevated that
Oh, there
got
was?
taken
Okay,
out.
I didn't know that. Okay.
I think
okay.
so.
Pretty impressive how quickly they got it up and going after they said it was gonna be a year. It was like, what, a few weeks?
Yeah.
that is amazing. It's usually the opposite, you know, they underestimate it. So Mike, are you and Marita still going ahead with your plans to do a little travel in the later summer?
Yes, we found some friends that might go with us.
Oh, good.
A
We're-
couple
we're hoping, yeah.
is Yale and Becky, and he used to write for the Kansas City Star years ago. And then when they had cutbacks at the Star, they decided that they would go to the Peace Corps. So they spent 2 years in Namibia.
Yeah, that was great for them.
Wow.
And so I'm sure they would be good travel companions.
And that would just be nice to know there's someone with you. That would be good.
Yes. And if I recall right, I think Mary had some good trip insurance. I, I, I need to investigate that to see what kind of trip insurance would be good for us.
Mary,
Definitely. I know when we do big trips nowadays, we do the trip insurance. We never used to, but nowadays we do.
Do you do it after you buy your ticket?
Usually there's a short window that they want you to do it pretty quickly after you buy your tickets.
Okay.
Yeah.
oh,
But you don't do it
What
through
part-
the airline.
Pardon me?
You don't do it through the airline?
I don't know, when we travel with Viking, they offer their own, it's not their own, but it's through them. And so that's just what we've done. And
I
I'm
see.
kind of
huh.
signing up for a trip now for later this year. And I'm gonna have to check into travel insurance also, but yeah, I mean, after going through that with Mary when she ended up leaving her cruise ship and being in the hospital in Colombia, you know, it just, that travel insurance was just fabulous. I mean, it was just so good that I would 100%, you know, recommend. And it can be pricey, but you know, it's just, if you don't have it, you're just
Yeah.
out
Oh,
of luck.
and you know, to me, the cost of evacuation is the huge thing. That you can, you know, get taken someplace to get medical care or whatever you need.
Right.
You're
And I mean,
someplace.
the nurse they sent to fly home with her was fabulous. I mean, she and the nurse rode home in first class. I was not in first class, but that was okay. You know, and they just, she she went with Mary to her home in Green Valley when we flew into, you know, the Tucson airport. Then I went to my home and she went with Mary and got her into her home, got her all settled in bed. You know, it was
Wow.
just really amazing. And when she was in the hospital there, she was talking to a few other Americans who were also in the hospital at the time, having had similar, you know, got caught in travel. And I know the one guy's like, oh no, I don't have insurance, but I have Medicare. It's just like, no, that's not going
No.
to do it outside the country. No.
Right.
No,
Wow.
I mean, your insurance, if you have the supplemental insurance that covers you health-wise, right?
Yeah.
But as far as, you know, travel expenses, when you're in dire need, that's a big thing. I know on a ship, you know, if they helicopter you off, that gets real pricey real fast.
And I have a feeling a lot of the insurance, even though you buy it through different sources, it might end up to be the same. I can check and see what, you know, what we had with Viking, and because I need to check that for my own information too.
I'm
and let
sure
you
there's
know, but
different levels. What Mary had sounds like it was deluxe.
And yeah, it might have been, although I don't know. So I have signed up for a trip in November through my church. They're going to the Holy Land, and I'm still, I guess, even though Jim can't, you know, we can't go together, I still have a little travel bug in me that I still, you know,
Yeah.
and I thought sooner rather than later, and this, because there would be people on this trip that I would know. I thought
Sure,
this might be a
definitely.
way to do my first, you know, my first trip.
Yeah.
So
Oh, good for
anyway,
you.
I just today sent my down payment. So,
It looks like we've got less than a minute to go, guys.
oh
oh,
my gosh, time goes so fast.
sure is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.